On today's Everyday Reviews, we not only have one, but we have two brand new 2022 Volkswagen Jettas. We have the regular Jetta and we have the sporty GLI, and we're gonna find out which Jetta is right for you. First up, we have the Jetta, which comes in 3 trim levels. We have the Trend line, the Comfort line, and the High line, which is this one right here. But all 3 Jettas do get some changes for them. First of all, you do get standard LED headlamps and tail lamps. This High line gets projector style LEDs. You'll see this has a new front bumper. You get these new chrome accents throughout the vehicle as well. You can see this has these nice vertical LED fog lamps on this as well. Wheel size start at 16-inch for the base model. If you go to the Comfort and the Highline, you get 17-inch alloy wheels. There is also a new sport package on the Comfort line, and along with different bumpers, a sport bumper, you also get different 17-inch wheels as well. Onto the side, we have keyless proximity entry for the front doors, and this Highline also comes with, they call it a rail-to-rail sunroof. So you can see the sunroof here, it does open. It doesn't go all the way back, but almost all the way back, but it's nice and wide, like the full width of the vehicle. Heading onto the back, there are the standard LED tail lamps that we were talking about. Also a new rear bumper and some more chrome accents on here. I think it looks pretty good. There are no visible exhaust pipes, and they're not trying to give you any type of fake exhaust tips either, which is quite nice. There is a trunk release right below the Volkswagen badge. This does not have a hands-free option though, but just a little press there. Up it comes, spring-loaded, and one thing I do like, this is a small thing though, is that you have a grab handle here, and you also have a grab handle here on both sides. So whether you're left-handed, right-handed, or both hands, it's really nice to have that grab handle. Some vehicles don't even have any grab handle at all. And then when you look inside this trunk, it's massive. Like for a compact vehicle, this is a compact car, remember. This is huge. I could fit in here no problem at all. The opening is fairly tall, but it's really wide and extremely deep. If you have longer items that you need to carry though, you want to fold down that second row, you do have 2 latches, one on each side for the 60-40 split. Down they come, you have tons of room. Let's take a look inside. We are in the new Jetta, driving around the Niagara-on-the-Lake area in Ontario. It's kind of a nice day. It's overcast, it's raining, but the sun has come out as well. So all sorts of rain, and yeah, what a beautiful area. If you haven't been in this area, make a point to get over here. If you like wine especially, lots of wineries around here. So what's new on the inside of the Jetta? Well, first off, right in front of you, you have a standard digital cockpit now. So even the Trend line, you get an 8-inch display. If you go into the Comfort line with the Sport package or the High line, you get a 10.25-inch display that we're showing right here. Standard is a 6.5-inch infotainment system. When you go up to the higher trim levels, you get the 8-inch display system, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto comes standard on all trim levels, but if you get the larger screen, you get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and that comes standard too. This system is not quite the same as the one that we just tested recently on the GTI and the Golf R, which is mainly all touch-based. This one, you still have some manual controls. You have a nice volume knob, and you have a selector on the right side, and you have regular heating controls on here. So you have climate control. This Highline gets leather seats. Check out this color. It's called Volcano Brown with Titan Black leather. This is also equipped with a heated steering wheel. What I like about it is when you turn it on, if you look in your display, you have 3 levels of heating. So maybe it's not quite too cold, but you just want to take that edge off, you can just put it on setting number 1. We have power mirrors, we have power seats with memory control on the side, and this is also equipped with the Beats audio system. There's that large rail-to-rail roof that we are talking about. I'm so surprised of how much interior room there is in this car for being a compact car. Like lots and lots of room. You feel that you're in a very spacious cabin. Visibility is good. rear seat passengers have a decent amount of room, regardless if it's a compact car or not. So lots of room, very comfortable. We have a nice quiet ride. So let's talk about what's driving this vehicle. A brand new 1.5 liter turbocharged engine. It puts out 158 horsepower and 184 pound-feet of torque. And this is the same engine used in the new Volkswagen Taos SUV. Standard is a 6-speed manual transmission if you want to roll your own gears. However, if you want to go into the automatic, which is an 8-speed, it's going to run you just $1,400 extra. For the top of the line model that we have here, which is the Highline, it only comes in automatic. So if you want a manual, you're going to have to go into the Comfort line or the Trend line for that. This vehicle has a lot of pep to it. We are in normal mode right now. If we hit our drive mode selector on the touchscreen, we can select different drive modes, or just keep on hitting the button. We have Eco, Normal, Sport, and a custom mode. So if we're in Sport mode, it definitely has a little bit more pickup. It's holding the gears longer for sure. But the motor is really smooth. It's a very, very smooth engine for sure. We mentioned that Sport package when we were talking about the exterior. So not only do you get the different bumpers and the wheels, but you also get the Sport suspension as well. You get the 10.25-inch display for the driver for that Sport package, up from the 8-inch. Personally, I think they've tuned the suspension just right for this Jetta. You have a really nice, comfortable ride. The roads here can be a little bit choppy and bumpy, and it's handling really good, and there's not a lot of noise at all. It's really, really quiet from the suspension, from the wheels. There's good acoustics in here. I think this new drivetrain is a big welcome to this new Jetta. What's it gonna cost you to get into the new Jetta? Well, here's the best part. There's a lot of value here, a lot of bang for the buck. It starts at just under $24,000, and for that you get a lot of standard equipment, new standard equipment with that new digital dash. You get new safety aids as well. And if you go into the very top trim that we are driving here, the Highline, this one will run you under $30,000, so about $29,000 and change for the top of the line. There's no other options you can get here, but with that, you're getting the full leather seats, the larger screens, the wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You're getting it all for under $30K. So regardless of which trim you get, I think it's still good value. If you want to save some money and still have something that's going to be very thrifty on fuel and have a lot of utility for cargo and passengers and have a lot of refinement, that base Trend line for under $24,000 is a bargain. However, if you want something a little bit more refined with some more features and things like leather seats and everything else, even the top trim is not gonna break the bank. So let's check out that GLI. Next up is this Rising Blue Metallic GLI. And obviously there are some differences between the regular Jetta and the GLI, but for 2022, you get an entirely different bumper area. Of course, the GLI has that signature red strip horizontally, and you have the honeycomb grille on the top and the bottom. You have this rear surrounds here over this non-functional duct, by the way, but it does have this black little chin spoiler. You have a lip spoiler in the rear as well. And there's a black theme going on here. Onto the side, you get standard 18-inch black wheels on the GLI, opposed to the 17-inch on that top trim that we just had. Black mirrors, black window surround. This also has the keyless entry, just like the regular Jetta that we just tested. And you might notice behind those 18-inch sport wheels, you get red calipers. These are different brakes on this GLI than the regular Jetta. We'll get to more of those when we start driving it. Going on to the back here, you have the standard LED tail lamps. There's that rear deck lid spoiler we mentioned. And one of the biggest differences between this rear end and that one though, look underneath that bumper, that rear valance, you get those two meaty exhaust tips on this, which you do not get on the regular Jetta. But one other thing, open this up, check this out. This uses regular fuel. Yes, you can put the good stuff in, but why waste your money, especially at the price of gas these days? Regular fuel for a turbocharged engine, 2 thumbs up. Let's go for a drive. Oh yeah, you hear that? Feel that? Obviously you're not gonna feel it. Inside this new GLI, well, you're gonna get only one trim level in Canada, and that's basically everything. It's top of the line with this new GLI. So you get all the goodness like you had in the top high line from the regular Jetta, so that includes the larger 10.25 inch digital cockpit. You get the 8-inch screen, the rail-to-rail sunroof, Beats audio system, heated and ventilated leather seats. This is a black leather with basically a red undertone in it. If you can see the red come through, it's really nice. You also get contrast stitching throughout the cabin. You get a power driver's seat with memory. The passenger seat is manual, just like the regular Jetta. You get the wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so all of it is the same. So it's what's under the hood and under the skin of this GLI which makes the biggest difference, and that is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder putting out 228 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, and that is matched to either a 6-speed manual that we have right now or a 7-speed DSG automatic transmission. So essentially this is the same power plant used in the Mark 7 GTI. Also carried over from that GTI are the brakes. So you get bigger brakes, more powerful brakes, and you got those red calipers on here on the GLI. The manual is very easy to drive, nice and easy to shift. If you are starting on a hill, it does have hill assist with it, which is also very nice. Just listen to this. So we are in regular mode right now, or just normal. You have that drive mode button. We have Eco, Comfort, Normal. We are in Sport right now, and you also have Custom. A couple other differences with the GLI is it uses an independent rear suspension system, as well it has the dynamic chassis control, so it has adaptive suspension, and that is a big, huge bonus compared to the standard Jetta. This also has a mechanical limited slip differential. The ride is definitely a little more lively when you put it into sport mode for sure. The engine mapping changes, the suspension gets a little bit more stiff, steering stiffens up a little bit, and you can hear the exhaust note a lot better, so you can actually change that. If you go into custom, you can adjust it however you want. I'm gonna say the same for this GLI as what I said for the regular Jetta, which was there's a lot of bang for the buck, a lot of value. So even though the GLI in Canada only comes in the one top trim, you basically pick your transmission. If you want automatic, it's a $1,400 option, and you pick your color, and that's it. Everything else is included in this vehicle. So to get into this GLI, it's gonna run you 31,895 Canadian dollars. But remember, that's fully loaded. So that's just a little bit, like a few $100s more than the regular GTI. Sure, the Mark 8 GTI, you're getting a little bit more power now, but you're getting a lot more room with this GLI than the GTI for sure. And if you load up the GTI, it's gonna be more expensive than this Jetta. If you wanna compare this to a competitor, let's say the Honda Civic Si, this GLI is cheaper than that, it's less expensive. You get 28 more horsepower than that Civic Si, plus this one is available with that 7-speed DSG automatic transmission. That Si only comes in a manual configuration, so not everybody wants the manual. Maybe you live in the city and you want an automatic. Well, hey, you have an option with this. So which Jetta do you choose? It all depends on your needs. If you are looking for something more affordable, good on gas, that still offers a lot of content, I would say, hey, go for the regular Jetta, and maybe even consider that Trendline, the base model, at under $24,000. If you're looking more into like a Highline, which is the top version of the Jetta, you're really getting close to the same price as this loaded GLI. So it's a few $1,000s difference, and if it were my money and I was looking at the top of the line, I would go for the GLI, because you're getting 228 horsepower, so quite a bit more power. You're also getting better brakes. you're getting that locking diff, and you're getting the adaptive suspension, all for a few $1,000. To me, it's a no-brainer. However, not everybody needs or wants the Sport. Hey, go for a comfort line or go for that Highline for all that matter and save yourself a few $1,000. Anyways, have a look at the new Jetta or the GLI. Take it for a test drive. Let me know what you think. I think it's a no-brainer for this one. I really like it. But if I didn't need this, just go for the base model.